Hello everyone and welcome to Volleyball Essentials. In this segment we'll be covering the basic differences between beach volleyball and indoor volleyball. So some of the basic differences between beach volleyball and indoor volleyball. In no particular order, but I would say first and foremost has got to do with the number of players. Right now, this is set up for indoor volleyball, and as you can see, there are 6 players on the court that can play in indoor volleyball. In professional beach volleyball, or at least beach volleyball that adheres to the rules, not the type of beach volleyball where you and your friends simply just decide to go to the beach and have a bunch of you, whether it's 5 players on one side or 4 or 6, grab a net and hey, let's play beach volleyball. No, you only have 2 players. So let's get rid of 4 of these players right here because they're not going to be playing in beach volleyball. And you have these 2 players right here. You usually have what is called a left player and a right player. That's typically what happens in beach volleyball. Also, the court dimensions. Beach volleyball, again, because you only have 2 players, and to make it fair for them, this was a recent change, by the way. Not recent, but over the few years, I guess. You have the perimeter of the court, smaller dimensions than in indoor volleyball. In indoor volleyball, remember, this is 9 meters wide by 9 meters on one side or 18 meters long, 2 boxes. Beach volleyball, this is 8 meters by 8 meters or 16 meters long, more compact. Also, in beach volleyball, you do not have such a thing as the 10-foot line or the attack line, spike line, whatever you want to call it. You only have the perimeter of the court, which is the side lines and the end line. You don't even have a center line in beach volleyball. But of course, the player cannot just simply cross all the way across the net to the other side either. Also, in beach volleyball, typically you only have 1 referee, which is the person standing right here on the platform. You do not have 2 referees, an assistant referee and a primary referee like you do in indoor volleyball. Let me just move these players slightly off frame almost so that you don't get confused. Another thing in volleyball, in indoor volleyball, has got to do with the blocks and how the blocks count. In beach volleyball, for example, a block does count as one of the 3 allowed hits. So for example, if you have here, say for example, April Ross or Misty May Trainer and Carrie Walsh-Jennings, 2 amazing, very talented players. If Carrie Walsh goes up to the net and then she blocks that ball, then that means that April Ross gets the second hit, boom, back to Carrie, and then Carrie Walsh has got to get that ball over to the other team on that 3rd hit. Indoor volleyball is different. In indoor volleyball, the block does not count as one of the 3 allowed hits. So if in indoor volleyball, one of the players blocks that ball and it still comes over to your team, then you're still allowed your typical 1, 2, 3 hits before you have to get it across. Setting is very, very important. If I'm not mistaken, I think the rule is that in beach volleyball, you cannot receive a ball with a set and especially get it across to the other team on the serve receive. You have to bump that ball, bump receive that ball. And also, if the second hit is going to be a set, it has got to be pretty much a flawless set. Barely touching the tips of the fingers and release, automatic release, so that the other player can get that 3rd hit. Referees in beach volleyball are going to be a lot quicker at calling out an illegal set than they will be in indoor volleyball, which is why even amazing talented players like Carrie Walsh-Jennings and April Ross usually simply just bump receive the ball on the 1st and the 2nd hit until the other player gets that 3rd hit, which is going to be a spike, an attack. The rally scoring is slightly different in beach volleyball. In beach volleyball, you've got to win 2 out of 3 allowed sets. It's still rally scoring, but the first 2 sets are played up to 21 points, and then the tiebreaker set, if needed, is played up to 15 points. Still, each set has got to be won with a 2-point differential. So, if the score is 20-20, then this team has got to win with at least a minimum of 22 points. So 22-20 or 23-21, so on and so forth. And then the last set is played up to 15 points. And also, in beach volleyball, there is no such thing as rotation like there is in indoor volleyball. However, there is what's called alternating. So for example, if Carrie Walsh is the one who's going to serve the ball, and then they serve the ball, and then they lose the rally, and then the other team is serving, and then they serve, and then Carrie Walsh and April Ross or Misty May, they win the rally. When they serve again, Carrie cannot serve the ball. She served last, which means that her opposite teammate, the other player, April Ross, comes here and then serves the ball. And again, they're usually playing either right position and left position. If I'm not mistaken, when Carrie Walsh won 3 consecutive Olympics with her previous teammate, Misty May Trainer, in 2004, 2008, and 2012, she was playing right position, I believe, or left. And then when she actually played in Rio with her new teammate, April Ross, where she just won the bronze medal, she switched and she started playing the right position. Or something. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but Carrie, if you're watching this, please let me know what exactly you played, or anybody who's a huge fan of Carrie. But if you happen to have any other thoughts as far as changes or differences between beach volleyball and indoor volleyball, by all means, please feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching this.